In Afghanistan, the digital world has gone dark. The Taliban government has initiated a nationwide shutdown of fiber optic internet services, a move they claim is necessary to crack down on immorality. This unprecedented action is not just about silencing social media. It's a decision that severs a crucial lifeline for millions, impacting everything from the economy to the fundamental human rights of its citizens, especially women. The blackout began in mid-September 2025, following a decree from Taliban leader Hibatullah Akhundzada banning fiber optic connections in several provinces. Initially targeting regions like Balkh, Kunduz, Badakhshan, Takhar, and Baghlan, the shutdown has since expanded, leaving the entire country with severely limited connectivity. Internet watchdog NetBlocks reported that connectivity had plummeted to just 14% of normal levels, consistent with an intentional, state-imposed disconnection. The official justification from the Taliban is a campaign against vice and the protection of moral values. The order came directly from Akhundzada and is being enforced by the Ministry for the Propagation of Virtue and the Prevention of Vice. This is the same ministry responsible for enforcing strict dress codes and gender segregation, aligning with their severe interpretation of Islamic law. Some observers suggest the motives are more complex, possibly including a desire to block access to pornographic content and to control the extremist image of the Taliban that circulates internationally. The consequences of this digital isolation are immediate and devastating for a society already in crisis. Communication has been severed, cutting off Afghans from their families and the rest of the world. International news agencies have reported losing contact with their teams in Kabul. The economic impact is expected to be catastrophic. In a country heavily reliant on aid, the banking sector, businesses, and any form of e-commerce have been crippled overnight. The blackout also represents a massive setback for education. The Internet had become a vital tool for online learning, particularly for girls and women who are barred from attending high school and university under the Taliban rule. For them, the Internet was a classroom, a library, and a window to a world of knowledge. Now, that window has been slammed shut. The shutdown further complicates an already dire humanitarian situation, hindering the operations of aid organizations working to address one of the world's worst crises. Even basic daily activities, like accessing online medical advice or applying for official documents, have been brought to a halt. For the women of Afghanistan, this blackout is more than an inconvenience. It's the loss of a last hope. Already erased from most areas of public life, the Internet provided a rare space for them to learn, to work, and to connect with others. It was a platform to advocate for their rights and to have their voices heard. An estimated 120,000 Afghan women depended on the Internet for their jobs and digital engagement. This shutdown not only silences them, but also deepens their economic disenfranchisement and social isolation, likely worsening a widespread mental health crisis. The international community has responded with concern. The United States State Department warned that the restrictions will have a negative impact on the lives of ordinary Afghans and the country's struggling economy. A former advisor to the IMF and World Bank called the blackout a deliberate decision to lead society to a blind spot. Media watchdogs like Reporters Without Borders, which already ranked Afghanistan as one of the most difficult places for journalists, sees this as a final collapse of press freedom. It's important to remember that most Western nations, including the U.S., do not recognize the Taliban as the legitimate government of Afghanistan. Looking ahead, the future of connectivity in Afghanistan is uncertain. A Taliban official has stated the shutdown will last until further notice. There has been some discussion about creating a filtered, alternative internet that aligns with their interpretation of Islamic values, but no concrete plans have been announced, with cost being cited as a major obstacle. There are also hints that basic mobile services might be restored, but likely at a much slower 2G speed, which would be insufficient for most modern internet use. In cutting off its people from the digital world, the Taliban is not only enforcing its moral code, but is also isolating a nation at a time when it needs connection the most. This internet blackout is a stark reminder of the deepening crisis in Afghanistan, a country now forced into silence and darkness.